This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy, and I'm a little concerned. I
am too.
I don't know what's going on. Do you have a Sunny without Cher?
Do you have a Laverne without Shirley?
A Peaches without Herb?
A Mork without Mindy?
A Captain without Tennille?
A Dan without Amy?
You don't. So a Silk without a Diamond? We're going to find out what that sounds like. Diamond and Silk, host of the Viewer's View, former Facebook users before they were summarily dumped by Mark Zuckerberg. And now, is there trouble in paradise with Diamond and Silk? Joining us, Silk from Diamond and Silk. Silk, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having us. Listen, every time you see Silk, there's a diamond, and every time you see diamond, there's always a Silk.
All right.
Was she okay?
That seems
Is
like
she under
in
the
a
weather,
metaphysical sense,
No,
maybe.
everybody is good. We've been doing a lot of traveling, getting prepared for our movie, Dummycrats. So you can go to dummycratsthemovie.com. And today is another travel day. So you have Silk today. So let's do part of an interview since you got part of it, okay?
Do you?
No. We just want to make sure everything's okay.
Do you miss?
We love you guys.
Do you miss Diamond?
I mean, I'll see Diamond in a few. It's no biggie.
All right.
They're sisters. They were each other's first friends.
We're blood sisters. That's right.
Yeah, it's like Reagan and Kings Row. Where's the rest of me here, Silk? All right, let's get to it. This is interesting. You know, one of these stories that we need pundits like yourself, you and Diamond, to amplify. It's just incredible. This was a story we covered here about the IRS rehiring a bunch of individuals who maybe didn't have the best track record at work. One example, the fire worker with several misdemeanor theft convictions and one count of felony possession of a forgery device. You think maybe you don't want him at IRS. Well, he was rehired. 11 employees previously disciplined for unauthorized access to taxpayer accounts. Maybe you don't want them rehired. These are all individuals, the Daily Signal reports, who were rehired by the IRS. Now there's legislation that's been introduced by Kristi Noem, a Republican from South Dakota, that would prevent the IRS from rehiring these people. But the IRS is resistant and, frankly, dismissive of the legislation, saying we have our own house under control. Don't you bother none. And it seems like this has been really one of the areas of failure for both Trump and the Republican Congress, is doing more to reform the IRS, knowing the abuses that took place before Trump's election.
Well, you know, when I listen to what you just said, first off, who's doing the rehiring of these individuals? Who's getting kickback, paddywhack, and which dog is being given a bone here?
Yeah.
Because why are you hiring back individuals that have did damnable things to individual accounts? Why are you doing that? It's for a reason. It's no different than this judge up there in Chicago that is allowing these sanctuary cities to be funded, which house criminals right up there in Chicago. And then they want to say that, okay, we've done some justice to our safety. Please give me a big break.
I like the nursery rhymes. We don't get nursery rhymes from Diamond, so I like that. So that's going to be your trademark.
Last week I thought of you two ladies when Facebook's stock tanked. Biggest drop in the history of the stock market. What did you two do to celebrate? Because, I mean, honestly, I think that their stock was tanking over the censorship, and then naturally I think of you two.
Well, one thing about Diamond and Silk, we do not gloat at anybody's downfall.
Oh,
but this is what karma looked like. You may not pay what you owe, but you're going to reap what you sow. We already said that Mark Zuckerberg will be the face without the book and the book without the pages, because he got to get this mess together right here. If you're supposed to be a platform for all, a neutral platform for all, even though you are a private company, you're still open to the public. So imagine this. Imagine going into a grocery store that's privately owned, and they all sell white milk. You can't sell that jug of white milk to just one group of people. I don't care if you are a private-owned store. That's just the bottom line.
Have they let you guys come back online, or what's going on?
Well, it's not that we're offline. What they are doing is suppressing our reach, meaning we have almost 2 million followers authentic followers online. And what they are doing is not allowing the individuals to see our posts. They're not sending out notifications, so actually they're breaching their own policies by not sending out notifications to those individuals whenever we drop content. They want to make it look like no one is interested in our stuff. And let me tell you all where this is coming from. There's a lot of people that is no longer looking at the mainstream media. And they wanted to see, how did Donald Trump win this last election? He won it through social media. So now that the left is saying, okay, he won it through social media, who are the top people, the individuals? Well, Diamond and Silk are known as internet stars, okay? So now let's see how we can suppress the individuals so that they won't be able to have a voice here. And then also, if you look at this is part of the Democrat tactics. This is something they've always done. When they see that you're doing something different from them, different from their narrative, the first thing that they want to do is take your money away. See how they can cut the legs from under you. If Mark Zuckerberg was a Republican and Diamond Silk was Democrats would be all out in the streets calling him all types of racists, talking about no justice, no peace. This man we had a business. This was a business, and there's so many people that have built their businesses on Facebook. This man business, they have taken our business from underneath our feet because they don't like what we say.
So you're on Twitter as well, Diamond and Silk, and
For now.
Well, right, and this whole issue of shadow banning that has returned. Some of this was exposed with some of the James O'Keefe undercover videos where Twitter employees were talking about how they shadow ban conservatives. But now there's some interest in Capitol Hill, including with Devin Nunes, the House Intel chairman. And he mentioned over the weekend in an interview with Maria Bartiromo about possibly looking at legal action against Twitter for shadow banning conservatives. Now, I think, maybe there's an argument to be made that you have a contractual case with respect to full disclosure if you're going to treat one customer different than another and inconsistent with the terms of use. But are you worried at all about Republicans wanting to use the law to direct private media who and what content they should accept and promote and how and in what ways they should do it?
Well, we got to first see if they violated any type of election rules, because you are given a platform for Democrats to voice their voices, but you're not doing the same for Republican voices to do their same. So to do the same. So it's some stuff that's happening with shadow banning on Twitter, on Facebook, and YouTube. We have 180,000 subscribers on YouTube, and even YouTube is shadow banning. They're not allowing individuals to see our videos. With those 200,000 individuals that we have, only maybe 10 to 15,000 people see our videos. So the shadow banning is going on all the way across the board. And like I said earlier, it's because the mainstream media narrative is no longer getting out. Nobody is no longer listening to the mainstream media. Everybody is getting their sources from the internet. So that's why they want to shut it down. And I believe, I'm glad that Devin is doing what he's doing. I hope that more people jump on board, because when Diamond and Silk tried to tell everybody what was going on, you had people from the left and even some from the right saying, no, this is a hoax. They are lying. They're over-exaggerating. Now they see how it feels.
You ladies have a lot of influence, or strong influence, over American citizens. And what are you doing to prepare for the midterms? Because now they're 99 days away.
Well, what we have to do is continue to tell the truth. We have to continue to educate. That's why we're coming out with our movie, Dummycrats. We're featured in a movie, called Dummycrats. You can go to dummycratsthemovie.com. You can put in your email address so that we can keep you updated and informed. The movie come out this fall, and it talks about the hypocrisy. While our president is draining the swamp, Diamond and Silk is going to be exposing the swamp. We're going to be exposing the hypocrisy that's going on the left, how they say that this man is not doing this, and this. Look, we're at a 4.1 GDP. Okay? The different things that they want to take and down this man for, while they sit on the left, talk about hoes, sluts, and prostitutes. We over here on the right talking about growth, talking about people having jobs, talking about black unemployment being as low ever in the history. That's what we need to continue to keep out there. And if you don't vote right, you will get left. And
Trump over the weekend was talking about a couple of things. One of them, border wall funding, and that he would be willing to, quote unquote, shut down the government. These things are phony shutdowns, but nonetheless making his point that border funding is a must have for him to go along with any forthcoming budget from Congress. Do you think that's the right play for Trump to make?
We have to do what we have to do. It's time for American safety to be put first. It's time for America House to be safe again, because it's not fair that we send Congress there to do a job, and when they get there, they sit on their hind parts and do nothing. They're there to protect the American people first, not illegal aliens. So they need to get off their hind parts, work with our president, and follow his agenda and put forth what is best for Americans by putting Americans first, not illegal aliens.
She is Silk from Diamond and Silk. They will be reunited. You see what I did there, Silk? As they're one of the hosts. They're the hosts of The Viewer's View. Also, the movie. Tell us again, Silk, where you go to get information on Dummycrats.
Dummycratsthemovie.com.
All right, Silk. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you all so much for having us. Have a great one.
You too.
And she joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
You're listening to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.